Are you searching for the best Herman Miller chair for your needs? Stick around. Find out why the Mirra 2 is currently our highest ranked Herman Miller office chair. Searching for a new office chair? BTOD TV is your #1 resource for everything office chairs. Subscribe today so you don't miss out on any of our future content. Hey guys, it's Ryan with BTOD TV. So far, we've had the opportunity to bring in and test 4 different Herman Miller chairs: the Aeron, the Embody, the Cosm, and now the Mirra 2. The Mirra 2 has received the highest score so far out of those 4 chairs with an 83 out of 100, and it would actually place it #3 on our list of the best office chairs for 2019 had we had a chance to see it before making that list. Even though it is the highest ranked Herman Miller chair we've had a chance to review, it actually has the lowest price. Like the other Herman Miller chairs, there is a lot of customization available on this chair, but it has the lowest starting price out of all of the chairs that we've tested so far. If you go with the most basic version of the chair, it will cost you $715, but if you get it fully loaded with all of the options available, it will be about $1,240. We did choose some upgrades, not all of them. Our cost was $959 for our test chair, and here is how we configured it. I'll give you guys a quick run through on Herman Miller's policies when it comes to returns, warranty, shipping, and installation. So if you buy the Mirra 2 and you do not like it, you can return it within the first 30 days. Herman Miller will give you a full refund. They'll also cover your return shipping costs. You don't have to hold on to the original box, although I would recommend it if you do have to make a return. It's going to make it quicker and easier instead of having to get a box sent from them. The warranty on the Mirra 2 chair, it's going to be just like the Aeron, Embody, Cosm, one of the best warranties out there. 12 years of coverage on the entirety of the chair. That's for people weighing up to 350 pounds, and it will apply to those 24/7 applications if you do need to use it in a call center or something like that. They also have a service plan, so if repairs do need to be made, they can send a technician to you if you are close enough to a certified Herman Miller dealer. The Mirra 2 shipped to our location FedEx ground, so they were able to bring it right to our door, and that will be the same case with you if you're ordering 1 or 2 chairs. If you are ordering more, it may come freight delivery, so I would reach out to the seller to see how they plan on shipping your chair. When it does arrive, it does come fully assembled. So our chair, all we had to do was cut open the side of the box, wheel it out, and it was ready for use. No time put into the assembly or installation process whatsoever. The next area that we're going to focus on is going to be the build quality of the chair. So the Mirra ended up getting a score of 85 out of 100, which is going to be in that top end of scores that we've given to the office chairs we've tested thus far. The Mirra 2 does a lot of things very well. It was designed by Studio 7.5 out of Berlin, Germany. They're also the designers of the recently released Cosm chair. They put a lot of time and effort into designing every aspect of the Mirra 2, so this is not a chair that was simply put together with random parts off a shelf or a generically designed chair like a lot of lower end or commodity based products. The chair is composed mainly of aluminum and high-end plastic, which produces a pretty lightweight design. The chair only weighs about 40 pounds, but it still feels really solid and really sturdy. All of the parts fit together nicely. There's no awkward wiggling or moving. Everything is consistent. Everything functions very smooth, and this is to be expected out of Herman Miller chairs. All 4 of the chairs that we've had a chance to test so far are really high-end and function very smoothly. The elastomeric and polyester combination mesh featured on the seat is going to be one of the better quality products that we've seen out of a mesh office chair. It has good elasticity, and it is pretty soft when compared to the other meshes that we've had a chance to test. It's not quite as high quality as the 8Z pellicle mesh on the Aeron, which is why we see a bit of a drop off in the build quality score between these 2 chairs, but overall it's still going to be a very good quality mesh, testing to over 200,000 double rubs. The Mirra 2 did decent in our scope of users category with a score of 69 out of 100. This is a category that we use to evaluate how much of the population a specific chair model will fit. The Mirra 2 does several things really well. The first 2 things are going to be the seat height range and the seat depth adjustment. So the seat height range, about 16 to 21 inches, is going to cover that 5th to 95th percentile. And that seat depth range is also going to be a great fit for those of you that want to ensure that the seat is 1 to 2 inches behind the back of your legs, which is correct for an ergonomic posture. A couple other things that the chair does really well is it has a high weight capacity, 350 pounds, which is going to be 100 pounds higher than a standard office chair, which is 250. And this chair also has phenomenal arm height range. They go really low and really high, which is great for short and tall people. The one major drawback with the Mirra 2 in regards to scope of users is going to come with the width adjustment range on the arms. So they're actually set pretty wide. They have a range of about 18.5 to 20.5 inches. We can compare that to two other really popular chairs, the Embody, also by Herman Miller, and the Leap from Steelcase. Both of those chairs have a range of about 12 inches up to about 20 inches. So you can see that they get much narrower than we have on the Mirra 2, which is nice for shorter and petite people. So that can be a problem if your arms are angled outwards. It's not a great ergonomic posture. So that's the one downside with this chair when it comes to scope of users. Seat comfort is going to be the first of three categories where we include everyone in our office to come up with the score. We do that by letting everyone sit in the chair, score it from 1 to 100, and then we take the average, and that's how we get the final number. The Mirra 2 ended up getting a 73 out of 100 for seat comfort, which is a pretty average score, not very surprising. Most mesh seats that we've tested, people either really like them or they really do not, and it ends up getting you somewhere in the middle. So not too surprising that we got a 73 out of this chair. The things that it has going for it, the pulled mesh design, the mesh is very elastic. It really conforms to your body. It's breathable, and it's gonna be some of the softer mesh that we've had a chance to test. So in terms of the mesh itself, it is going to be comfortable, and it does kind of create the feeling like you're floating because you're just sitting on top of a surface and not sinking into it like foam. It is a firmer sit though, which is one of the reasons why a lot of people in our office do not like mesh seats, because most of them are going to be a firmer sitting experience, and that is going to be the case with the Mirra 2. It also has a pretty pronounced frame, which is going to be the case with most mesh chairs. It's not going to be as noticeable as like the Aeron, but it is still there, and if you lean too far in one direction, you can feel the frame. The adjustable seat depth in the front where it folds down does help you to avoid the front frame if it's hitting the back of your legs, so that's another step up on the Aeron. But overall, it does still have a pronounced frame that could be an issue for some people. Back support is going to be the second category where we include the opinions of everyone in our office to get the final number. The Mirra 2 ended up getting a 75 out of 100. This is going to be slightly out of the top tier of chairs. I'd say it's going to be in the top third, but in the lower portion of that. It does a lot of things well, but it does have a couple drawbacks. So the design itself with the poly material and a large back design is very supportive. It supports your lower back all the way through your mid, upper back. Some people it will support you all the way through your shoulders. The breathable design with the slits in it makes sure that you're not hot and overheated while you're working, and the material itself is going to be flexible, so it's going to give you a wider range of motion for things like stretching and reaching that a standard chair like the Aeron would offer. The Mirra 2 also offers a really nice lumbar support system if you choose to upgrade to that, which I would highly recommend. We chose to do that on our model here. You get a really large height adjustment range, so it can get really low and really high, accommodating those short and tall people and a number of different positions for the same person. It also has depth adjustment, and the nodes are individual to each side. So if you want to have more pressure on your right side than your left, then you can crank that one down a little bit more, vice versa. So you really have a lot of control over where your back is being supported with that adjustable lumbar setup, which is why I would highly recommend it. The one major complaint with the backrest on the Mirra 2 that our office had, and it's the biggest reason why it didn't receive a top end score for back support, is going to be the hard material when you go with the standard Tri-Flex option. Now, it is a flexible material, it does allow you to move, it's breathable because of the holes in it, but it's still going to be hard plastic, and it's not always comfortable for some people to lean up against that for extended hours. I was actually one of those people. I do not like the feeling of a hard backrest design, so opting for the butterfly option for the backrest would be nice for someone like me, someone who prefers a more padded experience, because Herman Miller will infuse a layer of fabric with the backrest to give you a softer feel than just that hard plastic design. So if you're someone like me, then I would definitely recommend upgrading to the butterfly back. Armrest comfort is the final category where we use the opinions of everyone in our office to come up with the final score. The Mirra 2's arms were very well liked in our office, scoring a 79 out of 100, which puts it currently in the top 4 for the most comfortable arms that we have tested. So what do the arms do well? For starters, they're 4-way adjustable. Height, width, depth, and they pivot. All of the ranges, aside from the width range, which we talked about in the scope of users, are going to be very generous. So you're gonna have a good height range, good depth range, and they also tilt in and out. So you're gonna have a variety of different positions that you can put these arms in. The arm pads themselves also have a very unique shape. They have an extreme waterfall shaped front which really allows you to get closer to your keyboard, closer to your desk, without having to adjust the arms themselves or put yourself in an awkward posture. And they do not slope so much so that you do not have any surface area to put your arms on. The pads are large and they do not start sloping until about the front third, so you still have plenty of room to put your arms and take advantage of that sloped design. Another reason why the arms were so well liked in our office is because the pads themselves are very soft, squishy, and comfortable. They're very similar to the pads on the Aeron, just shaped differently. The padding is soft, it feels really nice to put your arm or elbow into, it has nice cushion, so it's really comfortable for long hours. It also has a tough outer skin layer, so it's not a soft pad that is in jeopardy of being worn out very quickly. So overall, good quality arms that are meant to last, and they are comfortable. The one thing that really held back the Mirra 2's arms from probably netting a top score is going to be that arm width adjustment. If they just had a wider range and got narrower, these would probably be the #1 arms that we've had a chance to test. One of the biggest highlights of the Mirra 2 is going to be its ergonomic adjustments. This is one of the highest scoring chairs that we've had a chance to test in this category with a score of 87 out of 100. It was really only missing one adjustment that we look for on all ergonomic chairs, and that's going to be back height adjustment. Aside from that adjustment, it had the rest. It has seat height adjustment, seat depth adjustment, 4-way adjustable arms, adjustable lumbar support, tension adjustment, and 3-position tilt lock. On top of that, when you upgrade to the tilt limiter mechanism with forward seat tilt, you get the bonus adjustment of having that forward seat tilt adjustment, which allows you to tilt the seat more forward than a typical office chair, which is great for those fully upright tasking and intense computing applications. The chair has a lot of adjustments, but they also have nice ranges. Aside from the arm width adjustment range that we've already addressed a few times, the other adjustments do give you a good range. The seat height range, the seat depth range, the lumbar height adjustment range, and the arm range, the 3 adjustments aside from the width, all are very generous, which will allow a lot of people to use the chair in a lot of different positions. I'm also a big fan of the way that the chair tilts when you recline. This chair features the harmonic 2-tilt mechanism from Herman Miller, and this is going to be a really unique feeling. Like most of the Herman Miller chairs that we've tested, they just feel a bit different than any of the other office chairs on the market. When you recline, it's very smooth, it's very natural, it's very easy to recline, and you will find yourself just kind of rocking back and forth almost for no reason, and that's because it is so easy to do. It's almost like a combination of a synchro tilt with a knee tilt mechanism. It's very hard to describe, but it's one of the biggest highlights of Herman Miller chairs, and it's one of my favorite aspects on the Mirra 2. For those of you that care about the environment, Herman Miller also does a fantastic job of making chairs that have a very small footprint on our environment. So the Mirra 2 is composed of over 90% recycled pre-consumer and post-consumer content. It's also over 90% recyclable when you're done using the chair. The box itself and the packaging is 95% recyclable, and the entire chair is made in Herman Miller's greenhouse facility, which uses renewable electric energy. This chair has also been certified with numerous standards, including BIFMA Level 3, Cradle to Cradle, and Green Guard certified. I hope you enjoyed that review on the Mirra 2. If you're looking for more information, I would highly recommend heading to our blog. I've got a link down in the description where I've got a full review going over everything that we've covered here today, plus more, along with my things that I like and dislike with the Mirra 2. If you've made it this far in the video, I would really appreciate you smashing that thumbs up button, and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on our next office chair review video. Thanks a lot for watching.